Hey, all you fly girls and fly guys, Abigail's in the house, and I am here. Today's the big day. I know it's a weekday because you guys have been looking forward to this coming, and it has come. We are releasing today our clothing factory node workflow and our clothing ad workflow. I think that's the tentative names. This is all done in ComfyUI. Me and Ed have tried to perfect these workflows as much as we could, and it's finally being released for free for all you guys and to all Patreon subscribers as well. So here we go. This is good. We're going to start with the clothing factory workflow. Ed had developed this a long time ago. He kind of put it on the shelf, but we brought it back to life once we did the clothing ad workflow. So this is a simple workflow that allows you to kind of color and influence clothing with different designs, if you will. So it starts out with a color preprocessor group nodes. You would load an image and it would influence the color. This is not the correct from here, but let's say Q prompt. And what it'll do is actually it'll pixelate the colors and use that with the control net color model. Okay, this group is the sketch mode, and this is where you input your article of clothing. So if you want a sweater, you put a sweater in here. If you want shoes, coats, whatever, you put that in here. Best to use clothing with a white background. You can use ping image with no background if you like, but we always like to use a white background, and normally this is 1024 by 1024. And what it'll do is it'll take it through the sketch PDNet preprocessor, and it'll go and make a little sketch outline of it and load the sketch control net model. Next is the core, because you got to work your core, baby. You got to keep the core nice and solid. And we are in the core. Ed is laughing at me. I'm trying to do this video, bro. Okay, thank you. So the core is basically all the necessary or checkpoints, VAE. We added a LoRa stacker in there for you. Right now we're just using the high key LoRa right now because that's the best. Underneath here is our formula, and this is just for upscaling. You don't have to use this. It's formulas to keep the upscaling correct dimensions when we upscale. Speaking of upscale, we added the Superior upscale. Right now, it's our favorite upscaler. It is bypassed at the moment because for time's sake and the video's sake, we want to make sure we can get this done quickly. So Superior is bypassed. You can always unbypass it. And the last node is where the magic happened. It's the style group. Yes, baby, your style is so sexy. It's apply style mode, and it comes. You want to make sure you have the clip vit large patch 14 clip vision model in there, the style SD15, and I'll show you how it works. So you load an image here of anything essentially, and it'll take influence from that style and the color node and your sweater sketch and produce a new article of clothing based on that. And here it is, a nice striped sweater. And then we also added a remove background image here that will remove the background. But sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I always tend to use this. So we're gonna save this image. So let's go ahead. Since I explained everything, let's show you how it works. So we're gonna actually choose a different color palette. Let's do this one, for instance. And let's choose a different article of clothing. Let's go. Let's pick out this dress, for instance, right? Okay, so now we're gonna pick out a image that'll influence the style of the dress. And let's get something good here. Let's do, gotta find something good. I have a lot of crap in here, Ed. You gotta take this crap out, baby. Let's see, let's do this. That's just a random something. So we're gonna Q prompt and we're gonna see it get to work. pixelated. It did the dress already in sketch form, and then it's going to influence right here. Now, to keep in mind, and I wanted to make sure you guys know this because there's been some questions. Oh my goodness. So this is one issue. Depending on this image, it may put people in it. So that is not that is not what we want. So experiment with this. One, do not use images with people in it, and I guess do not use images that it depicts it as a setting. So patterns work. We'll just use this one. Patterns work. Different than color abstract stuff works, but that's one thing. Now the other thing is, and we'll get to that next, but your output will change once you put it into our clothing ad. Oh, I did it again. That's a nice dress though, bro. Maybe it did it again. But your output will change. So this dress will not be the same in the clothing ad. It will be a little bit different. Tiny bit. Like there's going to be some little details that may change because of just how AI works. Just how the generations work. And let's do this. Let's go to, just to do this quickly. I'm just going to Midjourney Alpha here, and we're gonna do let's do colorful pattern for a dress, and then we're just going to let that run, and then we're gonna use one of these as the color palette for the dress, because it seems to be having a little bit of a hard time at that. Okay, so we have our 4 patterns here. And also another tip from Abigail, because I am awesome. Midjourney is a great way to make seamless patterns. If you ever wanted to tile patterns, you just have to type in seamless pattern into the command, and it will make a seamless pattern for you. So it's a lot easier to do it that way. So let's go back. ComfyUI, I'm going to upload that. All right, and then we're going to try one more time. Q prompt. We have that. Oops, I didn't change the prompt. So, oops, that is something you also want to do, is change the prompt. So I want to do long dress design, and I'm going to Q prompt again. It gave us a sweater. So let's see. Okay, much better. It did give us the woman. So let's see that one. It's a hoodie. We'll keep the same color preprocessor, and let's try a different pattern. Let's try this one. Okay, so now I have to make sure I change the prompt. Then we'll hit Q prompt, and it sketched out the hoodie, and it's going to give me some kind of hoodie design. Okay, nice rainbow hoodie. That looks good. And I'm just going to see if it'll work with remove the background. It probably will. And it will, so we're going to save this one. Okie dokie. So this is the clothing factory workshop workflow. And you can, again, put anything in here you want. Shoes, we have so much. We have shoes, pants, skirts, dresses, whatever you want to put in here, you can put in here. So that's part 1 of the workflow. Now we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of this thing, and that is our clothing ad workflow. So let's jump to that. Oh, and also, links to these workflows will be available in the description, so you can download those from my Google Drive. Okay, so here is our clothing ad workflow, and it's a lot, but I wanted to go over all of this for you guys. So here's the core. Again, it has your checkpoint, VAE, positive and negative prompts. And then we're going to go over, we have 3 previews because this is for the first initial, and these 2 are for upscale and face detailer. So we have 2 face detailers in here and 1 superior upscale. Superior upscale is again bypassed because you don't have to use that, but the face detailer is not, and I think I will bypass it just for the sake of the video, because again, it's up to you if you want to use it or not. You don't have to, because I'll show you a trick later on. All right, and then we have the K-sampler info up here. Let's do steps 50 and empty laden and the decode. So here we get to the main parts. So we have a composition group, and this is using the brand new IP adapter advanced. And actually, I wonder, yeah, composition is right there. The brand new IP adapter advanced nodes from Mateo. Thank you, Mateo. You're awesome. And it will load a photo and it will take the general composition and pose of that photo. Now, we did try with ControlNet, Open Pose, and DW Pose, and it does work. And you're certainly allowed to swap this out for that. But I think we like using the IP adapter more for this because it does take a little bit more creative freedom, and sometimes it will change the pose if you want to. And that's really cool. The next node is the Face ID mode, also IP adapter. So you would have this node in there if you wanted to replace the model's face with a face that you want. So if you guys are doing an AI character, for example, like an AI influencer, and you want to keep the model consistent, then you can keep that face in here and just dress her or him up in anything you want. So that's the 2 main nodes here. So now we're going to get to the clothing nodes. Okay, so we have 6. All right, we have a tops for tops, bottoms for bottoms. We have a shoes group, and accessory groups would be for bags, jewelry, tattoos, all that stuff. And then we have a dress group and a hat group, or anything on the head group, glasses, stuff like that. So you decide before you hit you prompt what you want to be on the model. So for this model, I'm just going to do a top for her. So I'm going to bypass these, right? And I'm only going to keep the tops group selected. All right, so this is how it works, guys. Pay attention, my children. You're going to choose a composition. Well, you want to choose a composition, and I'm going to use this one. And for the load image for the masking, you want to kind of choose the same image that you chose for composition. Now, you don't have to do that, but for us, it's worked where it's actually works a little bit better. You can always change the composition, but we like to keep it the same. And then here, you would choose what you want your model to wear. So I'm just going to give her, why don't I give her what we just made in the clothing factory, was that sweater that we just made. All right, so now we have to do the masking. So you'd right click on this image, open in mask editor, and it'll give you a little a slider down here for the thickness of the brush. So we're gonna just mask out where we think the sweater would be. Again, it doesn't have to be exact, but as long as you're in a general area, that's okay. And this will mask out where it should be. So once you have this done, it's saved to node and it's maxed out. So since we're only doing the top, we would just jump to the prompt now. So I will put female wearing oversized sweater, clothing ad. Okay, so you can do that. You can get more details if you want to. You can describe the article of clothing. I could have done that one, but I chose not to. And then the last piece would be the face ID. So let's keep this face because it's one of my favorites. And we have everything set. Yes, so everything is set. So now you want to hit your prompt and it's going to go through the motions here and put this on the model. Now the checkpoint we're using here is Juggernaut XL. You can use any model you want. It would be cool if you do a Lightning XL model because that goes by really quick. And actually, I should have done that. So I'm going to do it going forward. So let's choose. We're going to do Dream Shape or Lightning next time. And then we're going to change the steps of the case sampler to probably 10 as soon as this is done. So we'll jump back. Let's see what this gives us, babies, and then we'll come back and do it again. Okay, so here is the finished product. It did not go the face tuning because I had that turned off, but this is the image, and it wears the sweater fairly well. It actually takes, it did a little creative. You see what I'm saying, guys? That is a little bit different from the outcome here, but it takes the majority of the sweater. So that's pretty good. So you can actually put that on any model you want. So now, like I said, let's go change this to Lightning and then change the steps to 10 for the Lightning. And then let's do another pose. Let's do like a dress or something. Yeah, let's do a dress. Why not? All right, let's do this. Now we're going to do a dress. So what we have to do is disable this because we're not going to use the tops group anymore. We're actually going to use the dress group. So we're going to enable this group. Okay. And then we're going to use that same composition photo so we can mask it out. So let's see. Did I just have that? I think it's in here. No. Where was that? Here it is. Okay, so we're going to need that. And then we're going to pick the dress. So let's pick a dress. Ooh. Here's a nice one. Take that spring dress that's nice and cool and sparkly and beautiful. So then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to right click, open a mask editor, and then we just want to make sure that hold on, let me just check. Is this a shoulder list? Yeah. We just want to make sure that we mask out wherever we want the dress to be. So it's going to be a shoulder list. So it comes up to like right about here, right about here. And then I'm going to bring it down all the way. I'm not the greatest artiste, babies. So it looks like she just has something on her, but I am. It'll get. Oops. I'm just going to extend the dress just for the hell of it. All right. And then we're going to say that to node. That looks like a big. So I'm going to. Okay. So let's change the face now and then the prompt. So let's change the face. Let's use someone else's face. Let's see. Let's do. Who else? Ed, you have so much crap in here, baby. How can you even? I know, baby, but it's still crap. Let's use this face. And we're gonna change the prompt. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit more prompting to this flower design spring dress. All right, so that helps push it more and get it closer to what we want. All right, and it's done, and you see the dress, and they put a shirt underneath her, but you see the dress is on the model, and it's, again, fairly close to that dress, has the same kind of pattern. It does change a little bit, but again, I like that. So we're going to save that image. And what I like to do is I like to just run them through Magnifique, which is still the best upscaler enhancer that, oh, look, it's Leo DiCaprio, which is still the best, in our opinion, the upscale enhancer that we have available to us. Obviously, it's not free, and it does cost some money, but I don't think anything comes close to this in terms of quality. We do use Crea AI. That's a little bit strong though, and we often have to tone down the settings for it to actually reach something more usable. So here is the Magnifique. You ram that through there, and that's how we get our initial image. It does even do improvements on the clothing, as you can see, brings it out more, and that is the image. So guys, we are done. This workflow is for you. Go check it out. Do what you want. It's all yours, babies. Just go ahead and do it, and comment and share what you make, share what you create, and let us know if you have any questions. This is Abigail, and I have to go get some sushi because I'm starving. Right, Ed? Didn't get you sushi with me? Yeah, baby. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.